A few weeks ago, I bought a graphics tablet and made a video on it about how I was gonna use it. But I never actually showed you too much of how I use it. I just showed random snippets. So today I thought I would show you the entire process of doing a illustration using the Huion Kamvas 22 Plus. So hopefully, because this is not a review of the tablet, I'm going to actually talk about a little bit of what I like and what I dislike about this tablet. I've had it for almost 1.5 months now, from the date I bought it, and I've used it almost extensively for all my digital artwork and my other needs in terms of like just using it as a monitor. And yeah, I mainly do animation and illustrations, so I think I can cover a little bit of both of those workflows and how this tablet helps and sometimes hinders those workflows. So I kind of have a list of pros and cons while you watch me draw this. If you know what this is, dude, like, I feel you. I also read the manga recently. I am sad. Anyway, while you watch this illustration happen, I will talk about the tablet, its pros and its cons, and what I like about it, and whether I think it's the best tablet for anyone who is doing kind of the same thing that I'm doing with it. Um, First of all, the colors of this tablet are incredible. It is like, on sheet it says it's 140% of the sRGB color gamut, and I didn't even understand what that meant until I started using it. And this tablet is incredibly good with color. It is to the point where I don't think that I can like get used to other devices now, because I have been spoiled by how rich and vibrant the colors in this display are, because I've never used anything this like high quality in terms of color. But it's the screen settings are also like really good for this tablet. Like, that's my second point that I've written down here. The screen settings, meaning the default settings that the tablet comes with, can be changed extensively. Like, you can change everything from color values to backlight harshness to brightness to how much contrast it has and saturation and all those things. And it's a really great way of doing it. I've configured it to this. I went on the Huion Reddit, and I configured it to this the same configuration that a Redditor had put up that worked best for him. And I changed a few things, but like I think that configuration is a good place to start. So I'll put that in the description in case anyone wants that. The third thing I want to talk about is this awesome stand I've been flexing in the intro and even the other video that I made on it. This stand is freaking amazing. It's the first thing I noticed when I got the tablet. Like, it was like the colors, the quality of the display, and then the stand. Because I used it as a monitor for a while until because I had some arm issues and couldn't draw for like the first few days I got it, and I was away for a while. Anyway, not important. The stand is incredibly good. It is so sturdy, and like sometimes I just like wiggle it around and see if it moves, and it doesn't. It's like so rigid, and it's also very adjustable. It has a pretty wide range of movement in terms of what position the tablet can be. It doesn't go like directly perpendicular or like flat down, but it does go. You don't really need it to do at all. I mean, I guess you could take off the stand if you need something like that, but I wouldn't recommend it. The stand is amazing for ergonomics, and your hand will thank you a few years down the line if you use the stand at like a proper ergonomic position. The other thing I wanted to talk about while you're watching this is like positively, I guess, is the drawing experience of this is amazing. The screen is laminated, is what you call it, I think. It's so I also used a so like I use a different small tablet, Samsung Galaxy S7, on a daily basis, and that is also a flagship tablet. And I was so surprised to see that that tablet and this tablet, despite its like difference in price and everything, I this is incredibly like the screen quality is probably even higher than the Samsung in terms of like parallax and how close the pen tip goes to the screen. It almost feels like you're drawing on a surface that isn't a screen. It feels like you're drawing with a pen on paper. Yeah, so that's like the drawing experience is overall like incredible on this tablet. Especially if you do animation, you will love this tablet because you can do really tiny and accurate lines almost perfectly. You can keep animations, you can enjoy working on animations so much with this sort of like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, you should really try it if you ever get the chance to. So there are a few cons that I want to mention though. It's here's the thing. There are no shortcuts on this tablet, and before I used this one, I used a screenless tablet by Huion called the HS610. That one had a specific shortcut that I got used to, which was like a ring around a button that was on the side of the tablet that allowed me to assign the shortcut keys for the pen size on the ring. So you would like turn it clockwise and the pen would enlarge, and if you turned it counterclockwise it would shrink. So that is a shortcut I really miss, because every time now I want to change my pen nib size, I have to go to the Clip Studio default pen nib sizes, or I have to like take the bar and like change it. That's a hassle, I think. That's one of the things that made my workflow a bit annoying to get used to for the first week or so, but I got used to it pretty fast. But I still wish they had like that touch ring thing somewhere, but they don't, so you can't have everything. The other thing is, because the tablet's colors are so accurate and so above the rest of every other monitor that you may have around, unless you have like Apple monitors lying around your house, unless you are one of those people, you probably wouldn't have a monitor as accurate as the Huion monitor. So that means you basically don't have a way to, unless you have a colorimeter, you don't have like a way to ascertain whether the colors are accurate to what you're drawings. Because like I'll look at this, like when I take my monitor and take the drawing to my regular monitor, the colors are a little bit off, and there is really no other way to fix that other than like you get a color calibrator and somehow manage to fix it. So I haven't done that, and I don't know what the accuracy is. I basically eyeball it, and because I use the colors that I decided for myself for the tablet, I just basically just looked at my phone, looked at my other devices that I had lying around, and just kind of averaged it out and eyeballed it. And it's probably not accurate, but it works for me. But yeah, it can be bothersome sometimes when you draw something that you think is completely like perfect and you put it on Twitter, and then you reload the page on a different device and it looks completely different. So that's very annoying. The other con that I noticed was really sort of like a nitpick. I really like the feel of the pen tip on the tablet and the way it draws, but it's kind of annoying the shape of it. It's too large on the bottom side. I know it's for ergonomics, but like the top side is flat and the bottom is larger and round, and it feels a little bit bottom heavy. And although that is good in terms of like shading and doing other things. I'm used to using pencils and pens and holding them from the top, so my hand hurts less. And this tablet's pen isn't really built for that, and you'll lose control of it very often if you try to use it from the top or like hold it from the top. The other stylus that I have it to compare it to is the Wacom One stylus that I have, which is so much better than this stylus in terms of like shape. But yeah, I guess that's just something you have to live with if you buy this tablet. You do get used to the pen quite easily. It's just it doesn't feel flimsy or anything. It feels very high quality, but it's just that I wish it was a little bit smaller in terms of its width. That is pretty much all I can think of for cons of this tablet. So I guess I'll just say what I think of it generally. After 1.5 months of use, I think this tablet is perfect if you are looking to do freelancing or sort of like illustration or art just stationarily. Like obviously you can't move it around, it's too large and the cables are messy, it's all over the place. Don't even look. I don't know why I'm showing you this. This is literally horrible. Look at the cables. There's so many cables, but this comes with 3-in-1 cable, so it's like it adds 3 different cables to your already messy desktop if you have a desktop. And like, I mean, the tablet itself kind of compensates for being messy and taking off all your USB ports by giving us an extra 2 ports. There's a Type-C port. You probably won't use that, and there's an extra USB port which I use all the time to connect. It's so convenient because my computer doesn't have front USB ports. I will always use this one USB port that the tablet gives me to connect my phone, or if I need to connect a pen drive or a flash card or a hard drive or something like that. That's so much easier when you have this port on the side. It's very convenient. Overall, I think this tablet is perfect, like I said earlier, for anyone who's doing exactly the workflow of a designer or a artist, but they have to be able to kind of like settle in. And if you work from home, this is perfect for you because you can just turn it on every day and it'll work perfectly. And so far, as I've used it, it's not run into any sort of problem. Drivers have been perfect. The only issue I ran into once was that it sort of disconnected itself somehow, and then I restarted my computer and for some reason it just fixed itself. It's never been a problem after. The tablet will get a little bit warm on the side, and they do mention this in the quick start guide that it comes with the tablet. Apparently that's quite normal for screen tablets to warm up a little bit, but you won't even notice it after a while. And besides, you don't touch that side of the screen at all. The middle of the screen is almost always cool to the touch and it just feels like glass. And the screen is very high quality and the build quality feels extremely solid. So unless you drop it, which please don't drop it. If you get it, I will find you and I will shoot you, because who drops their tablets? If you don't do any huge harm to it, it will probably last you years actually. And I hope mine certainly does, because it is quite expensive. Other than that, I don't really have much to add to this. I know this turned out to be more of a talking video than what you may have expected from a speed paint / drawing with video, but yeah, this is not a review. This is just this is how I use it, and this is how it's been useful to me, and I've used it for 1.5 months. And I am pretty much satisfied with my purchase, and I think it's pretty an excellent tablet for anyone who's looking to do art long term. It's kind of expensive, just getting it for a hobby, but it has different sizes. If you want to get other sizes, that also works. The screen is excellent, everything is excellent about the tablet. The minor issues are just minor issues you'll get used to. I hope you enjoyed the depressing Punpun drawing that I was doing in the background. If you know what that is, yeah, yeah. I don't know why I read that manga. Okay, I'm going to go and sleep because it's 2 a.m. Goodbye.